Mean for grouped data. Groups and intervals are same thing, and groups and intervals have corresponding frequencies. If you have this type of data, then how do we calculate mean? This is the lesson of today. So here we go. Intervals, let's say intervals 0 to 10 is the first interval, 10 to 20 is the second, and 20 to 30 is the third interval, and 30 to 40 is the fourth interval, and 40 to 50 is the fifth interval. And these intervals I represented by IS, and their corresponding frequencies are represented by F. Let's say the frequency of the first interval is 3, and the frequency of second interval is 4, and the frequency of third interval is 2, and frequency of fourth interval is 7, and the frequency of next interval is 6. And this information is given most of the time in the question, and it is said calculate the mean of this data, and mean is generally represented by X bar. So this is the information we obtain in the question or in the exam, and we are set to calculate the mean of this data. To calculate the data of this type, calculate the mean of this data, this way we proceed. Zero to 10, and then 10 to 20, and 20 to 30, these are the intervals, 30 to 40, and 40 to 50. I have copied the same set of the data which is given in the question, and their frequencies 3, 4, 2, 7 and 6. These are the information we have from the question. Now we want to process this data for the mean, and we produce some more columns for this. First column represent the intervals as they are given in the question, and second column represent the frequency which is also given, and now I am going to produce third column by myself, and this column's heading is X, and X means the mid value of the first interval. As you have 0 to 10 first interval, and the mid value of this is 5. This 5 can be obtained by adding 0 and 10 and then dividing this sum by 2. Same way we have 10 and 20, we add them, we get 30, and then we divide 30 by 2 and we get 15. And in same way, in next interval we have 20 lower limit and 30 upper limit, we plus them, we get 50, and then we divide by 2 and we get 25. And in next interval we have 30 and 40, and their sum is 70, and 70 when divided by 2 we get 35. And in same way we add the next interval and we get 90, 90 over 2 is 45. Now you see you have three columns, I first column, F second column which represent the frequencies, and third column which represent the mid values of each interval. And now I produce fourth column, and fourth column is called Fx. In this column we multiply corresponding mid values and frequency of each interval, and this column is said fx. So when we multiply 3 by 5, we get 15, and in same way, as I have shown with arrows, 15. 4 times 5, 20. 15. 4 times 15 is 60. 2 times 25 is 50. And 7 times 35 is 245. And same way, 6 times 45 gives me 290. So, sorry, this is 270. And when we add all these values, we get sum, and this sum is equal to this sum of fx can be represented by sigma fx, and this is equal to 640. So same way, we calculate the sum of the frequencies, all the values of f in second column. By adding all these values, we get sum of f, which means sum of all the values of f, and this sum is equal to 22. Now we have added this and we have obtained 22. So now we know that the formula for the mean x bar is equal to sum of the values of the data, and our sum of number of the values, or sum of the frequencies, which is also represent the number of values. So sum of fx, sigma of fx, is our sigma of f. Now we already have obtained the value of sigma fx, that is equal to 640, and sigma f's value is 22. So we use these values 640 and 22. So 6, you see, sigma f is 22. So x bar is equal to 640 over 22, and this is equal to 29.09. So this way we 29.09. So this way we calculate the mean when the data is in groups form or given in intervals form. So x bar for this question is 20.09. So this is the way to calculate the mean. Hopefully in my next video I will also explain standard deviation, variance and relevant topics of the statistics.